Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedist? You go to Brock. Need a roof? Call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes, platform powered by Game Cool. Okay, y'all. Say some good mornings here. How about it? LSU baseball at Auburn. Tigers are back at it. 3-game series getting underway this weekend on the Plains. They'll start tonight with LSU against old Sammy Dutton, former LSU Tiger. Went home to the state of Alabama, pitched for Auburn. So it'll be Cade Anderson against Sam Dutton tonight. That'll be interesting. Dutton was a guy who filled a lot of different roles at LSU. Midweek starter, weekend starter, Friday night reliever. Did basically everything he was asked. Of course, was on the national championship team and went home to the state of Alabama and is now Auburn's Friday night guy. Probably a good decision for him. Now at the front of their rotation, he's 4-2 on the year with a 2.66 ERA, 51 strikeouts and 44 innings pitched. A guy that LSU and most of the LSU hitters will certainly know well. It'll be Anderson against Dutton, Einson in game 2 against Cade Fisher, who's a junior lefty. And then they are TBA in game 3. So LSU has a really, really, really significant starting pitching advantage in this series. Auburn did win 2 or 3 last weekend against Alabama. They beat Georgia Tech in Atlanta in the midweek. And Butch Thompson, their head coach, although he's a pitching guy by trade, that's their offense that has been really good. They're 5th in the SEC in team batting average, hitting .304. They can really, really hit 46 homers. So their pitching staff has struggled. They're 12th in the league in ERA. It's staff ERA at 4.72. And as we mentioned, after Dutton on Friday, even Cade Fisher, their number 2, is sitting there with a 4.43 ERA. He does not have a decision on the season. So he's only thrown about 20 in the third innings pitched. So you're talking about a guy that's not used to extending on the weekend, more of a bullpen arm there. More of a bullpen arm that, excuse me, that they're going to see what they can get out of in game 2. So huge pitching advantage for the Tigers, the LSU Tigers, this weekend there on the Plains. But a lot of good bats, and Auburn's coming off a series where they just beat Alabama 2 out of 3, and Alabama's a highly ranked team, or was, before Auburn beat them. So it's a big challenge, man. And that park plays small, too. That is a park that leans toward offense, especially in left field. They got the big, tall wall. It's almost like the Green Monster at Fenway. It's a big, tall wall on left. It's short. So it really favors right-handed hitters that are dead pull. But a game can change in a hurry. A bloop and a blast there. That's real. Left field is 315 at Plainsman Park. So the box is 330 down the lines. It's 315. So a long fly ball, you can bang one off the wall for a double, or you elevate it, you can get it out in a hurry. So. Anyway, all right, Auburn and LSU this weekend. Also, LSU spring football open scrimmage. Who's going? I'm curious if anybody's going to the open scrimmage on Saturday. I'll be there. So no TV, no radio for it. It's not a game, just practice. So I'll be there. Looking forward to it. We'll give you notes. Hey, Thomas, good morning. Leon, good morning. Bubba, Brian, good morning, y'all. Randall, Jay said Auburn's an Omaha team. Do you agree? Absolutely. They're 6-6 in the league. They just took 2 out of 3 from Alabama. They'll most likely be a regional host site. I don't know that they'll be a national seed, but I mean, is that a team capable of getting there? Absolutely they are. But I would argue that there's a dozen teams in the SEC that are capable of getting to Omaha. Hey, Ben, good morning. Aaron, good morning from North Carolina. Goose Sports, what's going on? Chance, had Bear Bryant stayed at Kentucky, do they become a football power, not a basketball power, or both? Yeah, I think at that point they were already, let's see. I think at that point they had already, like Bear Bryant coached there in the 50s, 60s. Let's see, they won their, so they won the national championship in 48, 49, 51, 58, 78, 96, 98, 2012. So, like, when Bear Bryant showed up, and do they become a power? Probably. He coached Kentucky from 46 to 53. So it was sort of overlapping with their first. I thought he was there in the 50s because he went Kentucky to Texas A&M. That was the old Junction Boys. And then after A&M, he went to Alabama. So he went to Alabama in 58. Yeah, I mean, the rules are still the same. And, he utilized them better than anybody else. So, yeah, I think wherever he would have gone, he would have been great. Same as Nick Saban or any other great coach. Duval, good morning, Matt. What do you make of the report of ongoing negotiations between Tennessee and Nico Iamaleava? Yeah, so I did talk about that yesterday on AFR. I don't think it's any different than an NFL player that's holding out when the market resets and they want a new deal. So Nico signed a 3-year contract, I guess, an NIL deal, and all the money is dumped into the market this year. And he got Tennessee to a college football playoff. And so he's thinking, I'm worth more than I was a year ago because I've already proven as a starter now what I can be. Or what I was 2 years ago is I've already proven as a starter and gotten you to the playoff, and you need me. And so pay me more. And you can roll your eyes and say that's awful, but I would say you don't do that whenever we're talking about pro players that hold out for new contracts. You just think we all collectively just be there for training camp or just be there for week one. That's all I care about. And it should be no different. I don't fault him for it at all. I mean, this is always the argument I have, like, with people whenever they talk about, yeah, well, you're on scholarship, you're getting an education. Like, okay, then I'll just pay my way to school because I'm making millions of dollars. Here's your $20,000 for the scholarship. Like, it's just like the whole notion people would say, well, you could always take your education with you. Like, no, you could always go back to school. Like, you have a very finite amount of time to use your physical ability to maximize profitability. You can always go back to school. There's 100-year-old people that go to school and finish their college degree. I mean, go play, and then when you're 35, whenever you're done playing, then go back to school and get your degree after you've made millions and millions of dollars. So yes, maximize. I have no problem with anybody maximize. I'm a free market capitalist. I am perfectly fine with any human being making as much money as humanly possible, ethically, as they can. So, yeah, go get your money, kid. Abner, good morning. Brian Jones, good morning. Good luck on episode. Thank you, man. Thanks for the spring updates. Yeah, you got it, man. Yeah, so today's episode kind of gave an update on DJ Chester. Jacoby Guillory met with reporters yesterday as well, talked some D-line, and then also reminded you, look, last year in the spring portal, we focused so much on what LSU might be hunting in the portal. We lose sight sometimes of who might leave. Last year, LSU lost 8 players in the spring portal window. So Wednesday, the spring portal window opens. You better believe there's going to be LSU players who leave. And so what does that do for the numbers? That's going to be interesting because that'll shape not only this season and what your numbers look like, but also what you're looking for next year in high school recruiting and the portal, because you're probably going to lose some depth. Hey, Sean, Love to get 2 out of 3, but the road is tough. Nothing but love for Sammy. Yeah, man, I think LSU can go take 2 out of 3 because you have such a decided pitching advantage tonight with Cade Anderson and Sam Dutton. For all those who bemoan Jay Johnson for throwing Anderson 135 pitches, he had the extra week or the extra day of rest this week, and we'll have a good look at. We'll know pretty early on if has any lingering effects from the extended outing last week. It's velo and command are the two things always to look at. But yeah, I think LSU should be able to get game one behind Cade Anderson. The question is, can you get Einstein or Shores, one of those, with your bullpen, right, lined up how it is behind them to snag another one and go win this road series? If you do, you stay ahead of your pace. Hey, Mr. Wallace, good morning. Now that I think about it, we haven't lost since the Rally Roach made his appearance. The Rally Roach? Are you talking about the roach that was on the floor in here that Erica put the pot over? Is that what you're talking about? Or am I thinking of something else with the Rally Roach? You have to fill me in if I'm missing it. Hey, Seth, good morning. Brian, any potential guys see hopping in the portal? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to name names. That's just not fair to those guys. I would be irresponsible of me. So I'm not going to name names, but absolutely. And there are positions you can obviously always look at, especially positions where you added depth and there's lots of numbers like receiver, defensive back, offensive line. You're always going to have where there's just a lot of scholarship players. And when guys, especially when you bring in portal guys at those positions and it shoves the younger guys further down the depth chart, you go through spring and you realize, man, I'm not going to see the field. Like Kai Preen last year was an example of that at receiver. He went in the portal in the spring. Christian Braithwaite at linebacker went in the portal. Ryan Yates at safety went in the portal last spring. So those are it's generally guys in situations like that are going to leave. Did Dutton leave after fall ball or after last season? Over the summer. Yeah, when the portal window opened after the season, he left. Brett DeGrow headed to Big D for the weekend. All right, Brett, enjoy. Safe travels, man. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Yo, Christian, good morning. Good to see you. Thomas, yes, sir. Jingle oh, you know what? Right on time, Thomas. As a matter of fact. Let's do this thing. Let's kick this pig. Here we go. And boom.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish Built. Parish Built. Parish Built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
All right. Parish Construction Roofing. Remember, y'all, we are giving away 10 Jeepers, 10 GER, 10 large, $10,000. All you got to do is sign up for a free no obligation roofing inspection. You're entered to win. Excuse me. Hey, there's Dale. Tuned in late. Did I miss anything? Nope, you were right on time, Dale. And you'll love to see it. Where are we? Of course, Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Locations all over Greater Baton Rouge. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Remember, weekends upon us. The after-hours clinic, nights and weekends. And let everybody know, game day prep event. Athletes grades 6 through 12. Free physicals May the 10th. May the 10th. Free physicals. So we're a month away from game day ready. Cameron, favorite side for a crawfish boil? Probably the corn. Is that what we're going for? Like corn and potatoes? Is that we're talking about corn, potatoes, mushrooms? Like what else you're putting in the boil? Probably the corn. The little ears of corn. Love that when they're seasoned well. Gregory Gordy, Randall, what's going on? Brad, good morning. How do you think Auburn will do in football this season? Yeah, Brad, Auburn was kind of my pick to surprise last year. They kind of let me down. Not let me down. I mean, I don't want Auburn to be good. But when I look at Hugh Freeze's first year, remember, I mean, they had Alabama on the ropes. Alabama converted the 4th and 11 bajillion, whatever, to come back and win that game. And then Auburn played Georgia tougher than anybody that year. And it was another game. Oh, they lost to like New Mexico State. That's right. They lost to Diego Pavia, New Mexico State. Like they were that close from being an 8-win team in year one under Hugh Freeze. So I thought last year they may take a big step forward, and they just never figured out quarterback with the whole thing with Peyton Thorne and Ashford, and then the freshman, I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, all that to say, I was surprised. And Jarquez Hunter, I haven't heard anything about Jarquez Hunter in the draft. Is he leaving? Wow. Jarquez Hunter. So Jarquez Hunter's in the draft. Like that's a guy nobody's talking about. Like that's the kind of thing about running back where I go in the draft. Like, I know we've talked a lot about me not wanting Genty at the top of the draft. Like that's why nobody's talking about Jarquez Hunter. It's like a day 3 pick. Jarquez Hunter's a freak show. That's going to be a day 3 guy. Okay, I'll take Jarquez Hunter in the 6th round. I mean, anyway, but I think that's a big loss for Auburn football. Tiger Diver, morning. What's your prediction for the Auburn series? I think LSU will take 2. I just think there's such a heavy pitching advantage for LSU in the rotation that if the Tigers go out and the LSU Tigers go out and just those strikes, like the thing you can't get into is the if you get into the situation because of the way that field plays and because that is a power hitting team, if you get into a situation where you go walk, double off the wall, homer, now all of a sudden you blink and you've given up a 4 spot, right? So you got to go throw strikes and make them earn it swinging the bat. But I think LSU is going to be fine. Hey, Robbie, good morning. If the Pelicans don't win the lottery and not able to draft Cooper Flagg, I'd like to see the draft Florida Star Clayton Jr., Mike Malone as head coach. Sounds great to me. I would take Mike Malone, a guy that won an NBA championship 2 years ago. Yeah, I'd take that guy. And I don't know where Clayton is on draft boards. Like I haven't honestly been paying a ton of attention to like early NBA draft boards. You know, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. Yeah, man, I'm looking at this mock draft. It doesn't have Clayton anywhere near the top of this draft, man. Yeah, they don't even have him as a first rounder. Oh, there you go, 28th. Walter Clayton to Boston at 28 in this one. So, I mean, if the Pels are picking in the top 6, I'm not so sure. I think that they're going to end up taking Clayton top 6. Donovan Adams, Glenn Laurie, how's your back? Coming along. I actually saw Crystal yesterday over at Restored Motions, so I got another appointment scheduled next week. I'm staying on top of it to make sure that I continue to like work my way out of it. I'm not letting myself slip back into that again. It usually takes for all of the inflammation and everything to really calm down and feel normal again about 2 weeks. So Monday will be 2 weeks. So hopefully as we get through this weekend, as I continue just my treatment with Crystal and stretching and doing the right things, that I'll get back to 100% pretty soon. Happy Friday, Dale. Brent, good morning. Happy Friday. Reed, safe bet Guidry shouldn't be counted on this year. Really makes it more important that Rizzi, Avenge, or Williams turns the corner. We're in Schmidt Guidry, guys. Reed, the way that it was phrased to me, and I told you this 2 weeks ago, is that they are hopeful but not optimistic. Now, Jay said they were targeting this weekend for Guidry to pitch, and I haven't heard anything yet about if he plans to throw this weekend. But before last week, he said they were targeting the Auburn series, so here you go. Let's see if they can get him out there. Hey, Guy, good morning. Let's make it a good one. Yes, sir. James, good morning. Hey, Taylor, looking really good at LSU. We'll be hosting at least regionals in Baton Rouge. Any idea when those tickets might be up for sale? I guess after the tourney is set. Yeah. If LSU's not hosting a regional, something went terribly, terribly wrong in the second half of conference play. I mean, you're already at 10 league wins. So, yes. And then whenever they'll start the pre-sale with season ticket holders and things like that. And then whatever's left goes open to the public subsequently. A little worried about Caleb Jackson going to the portal. Hopefully I'm wrong. The thing is, Seth, and I understand your concern there. I would have thought he would have done that after last season, like in the December portal. But he stuck around, and Josh Williams is gone. John Emery is gone. Trey Holly's still not back. So while, yes, you brought in Harlan Berry, who's the number one running back in the country, and JT Lindsey is coming in June. I still think there's a real significant role for Caleb Jackson on this team. He's got to be in shape, though. That's the word. It's like he was big last year. He's got to be in shape. Hey, Deborah, good morning. David, good morning. Brian, Catholic High wrapped up another district title last night. They did. I saw that. So Catholic High baseball, I mean, like at this point, Brian, I'm not saying this just because y'all know I love Catholic High and everything, but the amount of resources they have and talent in baseball, like if they don't win district, it's a stunner. I mean, they should win district every year. The question is, can they win state every year? Guy, I saw Ricky Collins named QB1 at Syracuse. Well, you would have heard that if you were listening to AFR and Locked on LSU, because we talked about that on Monday, maybe Tuesday. Maybe it was Tuesday. Fran Brown named him the starter on Monday, and we talked about it Tuesday. What will Caleb Jackson's role be? Yeah, I mean, he's number 2 right now, I mean, and he's getting reps with the ones as well, what we've been able to see in spring. But again, he's got to be in shape, man. That was that's sort of the word that I heard, was just like he was just heavy, and gets himself in shape, gets himself right. He's a physical runner, and he's a contrasting style to everybody else you have. Like he's a contrasting style to Durham and to Barry, and so even if Trey Holly comes back, so yeah. There you go, Thomas. Crank it up, Dale. Matt looks like he's about to spread the good news. So AFR today is at Don Juan. So so I'm wearing a sport coat today for the show. So I have a white. This is Snaps brand, by the way. I love these Pearl Snap shirts. The brand is Snaps. Shout out. They sent me, so last year Snaps sent me some shirts and wore them, love them. So I've started buying them now. And if you look on their Instagram, like if you do like their designs and all, sometimes they'll have really good specs. Like I saw, like I bought like 3 or 4 shirts because they had like a 60% off sale. So like, okay, so I just bought a few. Anyway, so I like them a lot. They have an LSU one as well, but so anyway, so I mean, I'm gonna tuck in my shirt, wear a belt, and put a jacket on. So. All right, couple more here. Brian, I remember meeting you and Carl at the spring game about 10 years ago. Yeah, man. That would have been right about 10 years, man. Because we came back from the hospital with Drew in February of 2015. So that would have been right at about 10 years, yeah. And that's when Carly started working on AFR, and when we came back from the hospital, and she was with us for 2 years. And then she went on to bigger and better things. She was always destined for it, man. Hey, Reed, pineapple in the boil. I don't know. I would knock that out. I mean, you need citrus in your boil for acidity. No doubt. Some people pour orange juice if you want pineapple, whatever. I don't knock that at all. Steve, what's good, man? Why are there no drive-through tea stores? Because, Steve, many, many years ago, the settlers of a new nation were tired of taxation without representation, so they threw tea into the Boston Harbor and said, bleep tea, throw it in the harbor. And so we became a nation of coffee drinkers. That's why, Steve. Because bleep tea, we're coffee drinkers. Steve and I are the only two people right now that get that. So my apologies. Flag. Let's see. Let's go. LSU basketball might win 4 games next year. If they only win 4 games next year, then you will have a new coach. I was talking to Steve one day, and I don't even know why we got down that road about coffee and tea or whatever. And he just goes, "Man, we got like all these settlers that are like, man, FT." Like, so it was just the most absurdity of saying like FT, and so like throwing it in the Boston Harbor. So now every time I see him, I'm just like, man, FT. Anyway, all right. Eric, good morning. Curious if you're considered locked on crossover episodes with teams we're playing on a coming week and enjoy football. Oh, you want me to do it for baseball? Sure. I can do that for baseball. Happy to do that. Patrick Gamoggan, Team Drew, finally receiving spring weather after all the temperature flip-flopping feels great. Let's take the Auburn series. Yes, sir. Yep. Okay. So was the Roach under the so LSU hasn't lost since then? Huh, really? So it was the Texas game 3 against Texas was the last time they lost, huh? Christian Case, what's the NIL budget for baseball? Curious what is compared to other SEC teams. It's not what some of the other SEC teams have. What's interesting is it's 7:45. Drive-through tea stores in Texas. Okay. I gotta go. But the NIL budget for baseball question is a little bit more of a complicated one. Initially, LSU was one of the only schools spending really NIL in baseball. Then they started getting outspent by Tennessee and Texas A&M and a lot of other places. And Jay, like, there's not a lot baked into the collective or revenue share to make LSU at the top of the heap. And Jay has had to go really pound the pavement to fundraise for NIL. So, I mean, some of the numbers people say that they think LSU players are getting are outlandish and nowhere near true. Even like Paul Skeens and Tommy White did not make a lot to come to LSU. Now, Tommy White did well while he was at LSU in true NIL deals, autograph signings, endorsements, canes, all that sort of stuff. But like your collective, here's a check, come to LSU. All right, I got to go. All right, Locked on LSU is live, AFR 3, all of our great sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you for AFR 3.